This right here is the dream, isn't it? The ultimate freedom machine, a rolling fortress of adventure that can take you anywhere you want to go. But for every dream realized, there's a nightmare waiting. Six-figure mistake that can park your dreams permanently. So how do you get the dream without buying the nightmare? I'm John.
And I am Rhonda. And this is our new front porch RV balance sheet.
We are tackling one of the biggest, most exciting, and frankly, most intimidating purchase you can make in the RV world, the Super C Motorhome. It's the perfect blend of raw power and residential luxury. But the market is a minefield of confusing claims, questionable quality, and prices that can make your head spin.
And making the wrong choice doesn't just lead to frustration. It can be a devastating financial blow. The conflict is real. You're chasing the ultimate freedom, but you're terrified of making a costly mistake.
We have spent weeks digging through owner forums, consumer reviews, federal safety reports, and market data to build you a bulletproof plan. We are going to give you the hope and the focus to make this decision with total confidence.
By the end of this, you will know which brands have the best reputation for quality. You'll understand the market trends that put you in the driver's seat for negotiations. And we will walk you through a step-by-step strategy that could save you tens of thousands of dollars. You are the hero of your own story. And today, we're giving you the map.
All right, let's start with the basics. What even is a Super C? You see them on the road, and they look like a classic C that's been hitting the gym. And that's basically it. Instead of being built on a van chassis like a regular Class C, a Super C is built on a heavy-duty truck chassis. Think Freightliner or Ford F-550 or even a semi-truck frame. This isn't just for looks. It changes everything. And it means you get a powerful diesel engine with a massive torque, which gives you an incredible towing capacity. We're talking 10,000 to over 30,000 pounds. This means you don't have to choose between your hobbies and your home. You can bring the race car, the boat, and even the horses. You can bring it all.
And from a balance sheet perspective, that truck front has two huge advantages that I love. The first is safety. That big engine in front of you creating a natural crumple zone, which is a design feature that many owners feel provides more protection in a frontal collision compared to a flat front Class A.
And second, serviceability. I can tell you from my time in the service bay, this is a game changer. The whole hood tilts forward, giving a mechanic ease access to everything. On many Class A diesel pushers, you have to remove parts of the engine just to get to the motor. Easier access always means a more affordable service bill.
So you get power, you get safety, and you get a potentially lower maintenance bill. That's a pretty compelling combination that makes this a smart, long-term investment in your freedom.
Okay, this is the heart of it. The question we get asked more than any other. Which brand should I buy? This is where you can get lost, but we're going to give you clarity. We've organized the major players into tiers based on what we found in our research of owner feedback and verifiable data.
And we have to be very clear here. We are not stating as fact that brand X is bad. We are reporting on the patterns we've observed in owner experiences and presenting verifiable information from sources like the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration or the NHTSA. This is about giving you the full picture so you can make an informed decision.
In the top tier, two names come up again and again in positive light: Renegade RV and Tiffin Motorhomes. When I was reading through the owner forums, people who own Renegades, especially the models like the Verona and the Classic, often use words like well-built, solid, and durable. I read one owner's post about their Renegade Classic, and they called it by far, hands down, the best built rig they've ever owned. Another Verona owner said, as far as quality, the Verona is there. I have been extremely pleased with the support from Renegade.
We saw a similar pattern with Tiffin Super C, the Allegro Bay. Tiffin has a legendary reputation for customer service in the Class A world, and it seems to have carried over. I found one review from a long-term owner who said its solid construction and attention to detail stood out. And being a Tiffin, we knew the customer service would be excellent. Another said, we bought for quality, and that's what we got. For us, that consistency and positive feedback is a really strong signal.
Now, to be fair and give you the complete picture, no brand is perfect. It's a fact that all manufacturers issue recalls. For example, according to the NHTSA, some 2019 and 2021 Renegade models were recalled for potential propane stove leaks.
And for Tiffin, the NHTSA documents show a recall for certain 2022 to 2024 Allegro Bay models because the house batteries could shift and create a fire risk.
The key takeaway here isn't that the brands are flawless. It's that even with occasional issues, the overwhelming sentiment of the owners we've researched is very positive regarding the fundamental build quality and the company's support. There's a new player that has everyone talking, Grand Design. They've been a big name in towables for years and are now jumping into the motorized world where Lineage Super C is coming in.
And from what we've seen in early reports, they seem to be focused on addressing common industry weak points. I read one preview that highlighted their use of welded aluminum framing for interior walls instead of wood, and high-quality, shark-bite plumbing fittings. An early inspection of a pre-production model by a certified inspector I found online was very positive, calling it neat coach, great layout, and amenities.
This is the one we're really excited about. There is no long-term owner data yet, so we can't put it on the top tier, but the initial design choices are very hopeful sign. It's definitely one for you to keep an eye on.
All right, let's move to the brands you will see most on our dealer lots, Jayco and Dynamax. These are market leaders in terms of sales volume.
Jayco Seneca is everywhere. They offer appealing features and a 2-year limited 3-year structural warranty that many buyers find attractive. Many owners have great experience with their coaches. However, in our research for you, we came across a reoccurring serious topic in owner communities.
This is where due diligence becomes your superpower. In several owner forums, we found extensive discussions about what owners have termed the wing wall problem and vertical seam separation. According to these owner accounts, these involve the main house portion of the coach, showing signs of flexing or separating from the truck cab.
Now, here's the critical part. Some owners have expressed frustration, alleging that when they tried to get this fixed, the company categorized this issue as cosmetic, therefore not covering it under the 3-year structural warranty. For us, the sheer volume of this firsthand accounts was something we felt you needed to know about.
Moving on to Dynamax, which is a division of Forest River, owner sentiment here seems to be more mixed. We read comments from some longtime fans who felt that the build quality changed after the brand was acquired by the larger, high-volume manufacturer. We also saw some experienced owners raise questions about certain design choices, like long rear overhangs on some models, which they felt could affect handling.
Again, to be fair, many Dynamax owners are thrilled with their RVs, and both Jayco and Dynamax have official safety recalls on file with an NHTSA. Just like any other manufacturer, for example, some Jayco Seneca models were recalled for tire valve stem issue, and some Dynamax models for a brake modulator valve.
The takeaway for this tier isn't don't buy, it's buy with your eyes wide open. It means that a thorough, independent, third party inspection isn't just a good idea. In our opinion, it is absolutely essential.
Okay, the last part is tough, but we promise you the unfiltered truth. In our research of owner reviews, the brand that consistently had the most frequent and severe complaints was Thor Motor Coach, especially their Magnitude and Omni models.
Again, we are framing this based on our personal experience reading these public reviews. We saw numerous owner accounts detailing major issues that appeared shortly after purchase. I'm talking about things like plumbing failures, inoperable slide outs, and dilapidating floors. One owner wrote, "The Ford 550 chassis is great. Unfortunately, the Thor portion of the RV has been a bad experience." Another stated, "Extremely cheap components, poor quality control, and deflective warranty support."
That sentiment about the warranty was a reoccurring theme, and it's not just anecdotal. It's a verifiable fact that in January of 2023, a federal judge in California issued a ruling in a case against Thor Motor Coach, calling their warranty practices a scheme, and that it was contrary to the California public policy.
When you combine the volume of negative personal experiences we read with a factual court ruling like that, it paints a picture that you, as a potential buyer, absolutely need to see.
Okay, let's shift gears from what to the when. Because if you're planning to buy in late 2025 or early 2026, you are in a fantastic position. The entire RV industry is stabilizing after craziness of the last few years. The RV Industry Association is forecasting steady, sustainable shipments for 2025.
But here is the cure for cancer for your wallet. Our analysis of dealer inventory across the country shows a huge number of new 2025 models are still in the lots, and the 2026 models are already arriving. This creates a classic supply and demand scenario that is heavily in your favor. Dealers need to move those 2025s. They are paying interest on them every single day. This isn't just a theory, we're seeing it in the prices. We're seeing advertised discounts of 26%, 32%, even 34% off of MSRP right now.
This means you can walk into a lot with leverage. You have the power. Getting a massive discount isn't a special treat. It should be your starting point for negotiation. This is your moment to make a smart, value-driven purchase that sets you up for success.
All right, this is where we put it all together. This is the balance sheet strategy that can save you a life-changing amount of money. The secret is to understand that where you buy your RV and where you register your RV do not have to be the same place.
We've broken it down into 3 pillars. Pillar 1, go where the competition is. The most aggressive pricing in states with the highest number of big dealerships fighting for your business.
Pillar 2 is what we call the Indiana Advantage. The vast majority of RVs are built in and around Elkhart, Indiana. Buying from a high-volume dealer in the Midwest can often reduce or eliminate the thousands of dollars in freight charges that are baked into the price at a dealership across the country.
And the pillar 3 is the biggest one, the tax haven strategy.
Sales tax on a $300,000 motorhome can be over $20,000. But some states have zero sales tax or very low excise tax. The 2 most popular states for RVers are Montana and South Dakota. In Montana, you can form a simple LLC, and that company, a legal Montana entity, buys and owns the RV, meaning no sales tax. In South Dakota, you pay a one-time 4% excise tax, which is still a huge saving over more states' sales tax.
So here's the plan. You use the competition in Florida or Texas to negotiate the price. Then you use the laws in Montana LLC, which we're against, or South Dakota to legally minimize your tax burden. You uncouple the two transactions to maximize your savings.
Now, the legal disclaimer here is huge. We are not attorneys or tax professionals. You must consult with one before doing this. Some states, especially California, are very aggressive about collecting what they call a use tax if you live there but register your RV elsewhere. This strategy is most straightforward for full-time RVers who can legally establish residency in low-tax states. Do your homework.
So we started this journey with conflict, the dream, the freedom versus the nightmare of a bad purchase. What's the ultimate answer? What's the cure for cancer? That gives you the hope to move forward. It's realizing you are in control. You are the hero of this story. The dream isn't just about the RV, also about the life it unlocks. And the nightmare isn't the RV itself. It's the feeling of being powerless and uninformed.
The secret isn't finding a perfect RV, because that does not exist. Every single RV, no matter the brand or the price, will still have issues. The secret is having a perfect plan, a plan built on knowledge. You know which brands have stronger track records based on the experiences of other owners. You know that the market conditions in late 2025 and early 2026 give you the negotiating power. And you now know about a strategic way to structure your purchase that can save you a fortune.
That knowledge is your power. It's your hope. It's the tool that allows you to step onto that dealer's lot, not with fear, but with confidence, ready to make a smart, informed decision that will launch your family into the adventure you've always dreamed of. We've laid out our research and our plan, but the most valuable resource is this community right here. If you own a Super C, you are the real expert.
So we want to ask you, what has your experience been? What's the one piece of advice you would give to someone who is right where you were, just starting their search?
Share your wisdom in the comments below. Your story just might be the final piece of the puzzle for another viewer, making you the hero of their journey. Thank you so much for joining us here on the front porch. If this video gave you value and hope, please give it a like so we know to make more just like it. And be sure to subscribe so you don't miss what's next. Adventure is calling,
and we must go.